Story 1, The neighbor who stole our dog, then tried to return him improved. It was the summer of '89. The kind of heat that made cassette tapes melt in the glove box. I was 12, Duo had just arrived at our house that spring. Yes, that Duo. He wasn't green back then. He was slightly yellower. We had a dog named Bingo. Friendly, floppy, dumb as a shoe, but he was ours. Until one morning, he vanished. We searched everywhere. Posters, phone calls, even knocked on doors. Including hers. Mrs. Elkins. Our neighbor from 3 houses down. A retired gym teacher with 2 ceramic eagles and a whistle she still wore. She opened the door chewing bubblegum. Said she hadn't seen him. But Duo looked at her like she was lying. He just stared. Unblinking. I should have listened to him. 3 weeks passed. Then suddenly, Bingo returned. But something was off. He didn't bark. He sat. Perfectly. He wore a little red bandana. And he came back with a laminated certificate of obedience stapled to his collar. No note. No explanation. Just Bingo 2.0. My parents were thrilled. I was horrified. The next day, I saw her in her yard. Watering plastic flowers. She winked. Next time, maybe your bird needs training too. Duo flew into her mailbox that night and refused to come out for 3 hours. I didn't stop him. Story 2. The basement fight nobody talked about. Duo saw it all, 1992. It was 92. We had just moved into a split-level house in a sleepy cul-de-sac. The kind of place where everyone waved, but no one really talked. Our basement had these wooden walls and old green carpet that smelled like dust and secrets. And that's where Duo liked to sit, right near the heater vent, like a tiny feathered thermostat. Across the street lived the Keeners. They had a daughter my age and a garage full of tools, but no actual car. Mr. Keener was always fixing something that never seemed broken. One Saturday, Dad invited him over to help with our busted dryer. It was raining, and the whole house smelled like wet socks and burnt toast. I remember Duo was perched on the stair rail, unusually still. I went to the kitchen for a snack. And that's when I heard it. Voices. Raised, sharp, muffled but angry. I crept down the stairs. In the basement, Dad and Mr. Keener were standing by the dryer. But they weren't fixing anything. They were arguing. About Mom. Words like disrespect, boundary, and you crossed the line echoed against the panel walls. Then I heard something slam. Duo flew straight up the stairs, feathers everywhere. I followed him, heart pounding. No one ever mentioned it. Mom asked if the dryer got fixed. Dad said, eventually. But after that day, Mr. Keener never came back. He just stared at our house sometimes from his driveway. And Duo never went near the basement again. He still won't. Story 3. The night our front door wouldn't lock and Duo refused to blink, 1995. It was October 95. We had just come back from a school Halloween party. I was still in my skeleton costume. Duo had a little bat-shaped bow tie. He hated it. Mom was upstairs getting ready for bed. Dad had just turned off the porch light. I was brushing my teeth when I heard the front door click. Not slam. Not creak. Click. Like someone gently closed it. I froze. Duo was on top of the hallway shelf, his head tilted unnaturally far to the right. Like he heard something I didn't. That always scared me more than anything. I peeked downstairs. The door was open. Just a few inches. Swinging slightly. It had been locked. Dad always locked it. I called for him. He came down, muttering something about a bad latch. Closed it. Locked it again. We both heard it click. 2 minutes later, it opened again. Same exact sound. This time, Dad deadbolted it and dragged the heavy chair in front. Then he looked out through the peephole. And just stood there. For what felt like a full minute. Silent. Then he said, "Go to bed." Didn't say anything else. That night, Duo wouldn't sleep. He sat at the top of the stairs staring down at the door, eyes wide. Didn't blink once. Years later, Dad told me there was someone there. Just standing on the porch. Not knocking. Not moving. And when he looked through the peephole, the guy smiled. Story 4. She moved in to help Mom. Then took over everything. Duo watched it happen. 1990. It was summer break, 1990. Mom had slipped on the stairs and fractured her ankle. So her younger sister, Aunt Liz, came to help out. At first, it was fun. She made grilled cheese with way too much butter. She let me watch late-night TV. She even gave Duo a tiny red scarf, which he proudly wore sideways. But by week 2, things felt different. She started answering the phone as my mom. Signed my school forms. Rearranged the furniture, including Duo's favorite perch. Said it had bad energy. She told me I couldn't hang out with my friend David anymore. He's loud. She told Dad to take care of the bills differently. She told the mailman to stop delivering junk. He told her to mind her own business. Duo started following her silently from room to room. Perching. Staring. Judging. One afternoon, I came home and found our family photo wall replaced. Every picture with Mom in it, gone. Replaced by solo photos of Aunt Liz. Dad didn't say anything. Mom cried in the bathroom with the door locked. Duo sat on the doorknob the whole time. Didn't move. Then, without warning, Liz packed up and left. No goodbye. No apology. Just a note that said, "It's hard to help people who resist improvement." Mom never spoke about it. Dad said, "Sometimes help is just control with better PR." Duo still hisses when he sees red scarves. Sometimes Duo just sits by the window. 4 hours, watching. He doesn't speak. He doesn't blink. But somehow, he remembers everything. The fights. The missing things. The people who stayed too long. And the ones who left too fast. I used to think he was just a quiet little bird. Now I think he was the only one who ever saw the full story.